What if ISAGI had METAVISION from the start? Blue Lock vs Japan U20 match had just concluded in the previous part, with ISAGI's team completely dominating the under-20 side despite Sai's presence. In case you've forgotten what actually transpired in those parts, let me give you a brief recap. You can also watch the previous videos if you want. In the previous parts, we assumed that ISAGI was able to use METAVISION from the beginning, and he was an absolute prodigy who completely dominated school football and made it to the nationals. Even in Blue Lock, he dominated all the opponents he faced, including the likes of Rin and Shido. He made it to the Blue Lock team as the top-rated player. There are slight changes compared to the original timeline, including the fact that Kunigami did not get locked off and made it to the Blue Lock team. Besides that, ISAGI is just an overpowered brat who is humiliating everyone. Now, it is about time we continue this series with Ego Jinpachi announcing the commencement of the Neo Egoist League. I'm pretty sure all of us know what that is, so I won't waste any time explaining it here. After the Neo Egoist League is announced, the atmosphere inside Blue Lock changes. The players are tense, excited, and ready for the next stage. Everyone now has to choose a team to join. Just like the original timeline, ISAGI chooses Bastard Munchen again because he feels like it complements his style. But this time, he's not just another player. He's the top-ranked striker in Blue Lock. The boy with METAVISION, the one who beat Rin and Shido, is now the face of the project. Just when it seems like everything is set, something unexpected happens. The lights dim, a spotlight turns on, the screen flashes, and a figure slowly walks out. It's Kira, the same Kira who was eliminated in the beginning. The room goes silent. This shocks ISAGI and the rest of Team Z, and they demand an explanation from Ego about it. Ego explains that after Kira was eliminated, he saw something in him, a spark. So he gave Kira a second chance through a secret training program called the Wildcard Entry. While the others were competing, Kira was training, far away from the spotlight. In the Wildcard, things were tough. In the beginning, we saw how Kira relied a lot on his teammates and eventually lost the final against ISAGI's team. However, in the Wildcard, Kira had no teammates, no breaks, and no one to cheer him on. He was pushed harder than ever before. Every day, he was tested, physically and mentally. Now, Kira has returned, but he's not the same player anymore. After getting his butt whooped by ISAGI twice, Kira is finally back, and this time around, he wants revenge. ISAGI and the others approach him, but he completely ignores them. Just like a Chad, he doesn't seem like the same Kira he used to be. The story progresses as the other characters choose their respective teams. Just like the original timeline, Rin and Shido choose PXG, Reo and Nagi choose Manshine City, and Bachira chooses Barca FC. Kira also gets placed in Bastard Munchen, and this is what he actually wanted to get his revenge. The room falls silent as Kira steps forward, his gaze fixed on ISAGI. Without uttering a word, his choice speaks volumes. Gone is the composed and sportsmanlike player from before. In his place stands someone who has endured rigorous training in isolation, emerging with a newfound intensity and determination. As the selections conclude, the stage is set for an intense rivalry. ISAGI, the top-rated player, now faces a formidable opponent not just in skill but in personal history. The upcoming matches in the NEL promise not only high-level football but also a clash of evolved philosophies and renewed ambitions. Following all this, ISAGI and the others head to their respective teams where they will train with them under the supervision of their masters. The Blue Lock players finally arrive at the training grounds of Bastard Munchen, one of the top clubs in the world. It's cold and intense and feels like a battlefield rather than a football facility. ISAGI, Kira, and Kunigami walk through the gates together, each carrying their own ambition and weight. For ISAGI, this is the next stage of evolution. For Kunigami, a second chance. And for Kira, it's the path to proving he's the best. As soon as they arrive, they're thrown into a series of brutal physical challenges. From high-speed sprints to strength tests and endurance drills, there's no time to rest. And here, ISAGI begins to struggle. Unlike the others, he doesn't have a powerful body or elite-level stamina. His strength is in reading the game with METAVISION, but none of that helps in these physical tests. No vision can save you when you're running until your legs give out. Kira, on the other hand, excels. His training in the wildcard has clearly paid off. He breezes through the drills with calm focus. His body moves like a machine, efficient and sharp. When paired up with ISAGI in a strength test, he easily overpowers him, barely breaking a sweat. But ISAGI doesn't quit. He keeps pushing forward. He knows that this stage isn't about talent, it's about surviving. Later that day, as the team settles in, a figure steps onto the field with an air of arrogance and style. Bright blonde hair, confident eyes, and a smirk that says he owns the place. It's Michael Kaiser, the genius striker and the ace of Bastard Munchen. He walks straight up to ISAGI. "So you're the one they're all talking about," Kaiser says. Blue Lock's number 1. ISAGI doesn't respond, but Kaiser isn't one to walk away quietly. He provokes him, pokes at him, trying to get a reaction. A spark. ISAGI remains calm, but the tension builds. Just when things start to get serious, Noah steps in. The entire room falls silent. Noah doesn't raise his voice, but his presence alone commands attention. With a simple sentence, he breaks the rising tension. "Save it for the field." He then brings everyone together and reveals the updated player rankings. The list shocks ISAGI. Despite being the top-rated player in Blue Lock, he's not in the top 10 of Bastard Munchen. Instead, Kira is ranked number 3, earning recognition for his elite physical form and balanced play. His growth in the wildcard program made him a monster. Kunigami ranks number 8, his rebuilt body and shooting power giving him the tools to stand out. ISAGI is nowhere near them. He clenches his fists, not out of frustration, but motivation. He knows where he is lacking, and he's ready to close the gap. This is Bastard Munchen. This is where the real fight begins. Following this, the practice sessions begin. In the original timeline, ISAGI gets dominated by Kaiser's physicality, but he makes up for it using METAVISION and shocks everyone. They knew ISAGI was the ace of Blue Lock, but they were not expecting him to be this good. He completely dominated the field with his METAVISION, and the only thing he lacked was physicality. Through this training session, he improves that as well. It is finally time for the first match against Batra's Barca FC. In the original timeline, ISAGI wasn't a member of the starting 11, as his level was way too low. However, in this timeline, he has managed to impress all of them, including Noah. Kira, on the other hand, is also a member of the starting 11 owing to his insane skills. The match between Bastard Munchen and FC Barca begins with high tension. ISAGI, now a starter, tries to take control of the game using METAVISION, but things don't go smoothly. Both Kaiser and Kira refuse to work with him. Kaiser out of pride, and Kira, still holding a grudge, sees ISAGI as a rival. They both block his plays, leaving him isolated despite being able to read the game perfectly. Sensing the disconnection, Batra strikes first. Using his wild dribbling and creativity, he slips through the gaps and scores the opening goal. ISAGI saw it coming, but no one listened. Soon after, Kaiser responds with a brilliant goal, assisted by Ness, making it 1-1. At this point, Kaiser realized something strange. He noticed that ISAGI was always in perfect positions to receive a pass and score a goal himself. Even the goal he scored, ISAGI had completely read all his movements and knew that a goal is coming. This shocks him and Ness. The match becomes a deadlock. ISAGI continues reading the field like a genius, but his lack of physical strength stops him from finishing plays by himself. He becomes a commander with no one to follow his orders, until the second half. Kira is subbed off, and in comes Kunigami. The moment he steps on the field, ISAGI finally finds someone who trusts his vision. At the same time, Noah and Lavinho also sub in, each scoring a goal to make it 2-2. With the match nearing its end, ISAGI activates everything: METAVISION, positioning, timing, and works with Kunigami to set up the final attack. Kunigami smashes forward, drawing defenders in, then drops the ball back to ISAGI. With the perfect timing, ISAGI takes the shot. Goal, 3-2. Bastard Munchen wins. Kaiser watches with new respect. Kira sits quietly, his expression unreadable. And Batra, he smiles, because now he knows the real challenge has begun. With this, ISAGI has definitely marked his presence in the NEL and showed everyone why he is the ace of Blue Lock. Even though ISAGI used to dominate everything in Blue Lock, that is not the case in NEL with players like Kaiser, Lavinho, and even Kira blocking his way. Despite his METAVISION, it will still take him some time to completely dominate the matches. How will Kaiser and Kira respond to ISAGI's overwhelming goal? Do you think they'll be able to win the match against Manshine City next? Let me know in the comments if you want part 5 for this series.